Good morning, everyone. I'm Jen Houston, owner of the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. I'm a full-time independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canmore, Alberta, Canada. Welcome to the Creative Escape. Today I'm going to show you a neat fold. Somebody gave me a card with this fold and I absolutely loved it and wanted to give it a try, and I wanted to be able to show you how to make it as well. And it's actually not that difficult. So I know that I'm going to be doing this multiple times for my Christmas cards, that's for sure. Um, and hopefully you give this a try and see what you think. All right, so first off, before we get rolling here, I want to show you some card classes that are coming up. Actually, first, when you pop on, say hello. Make sure I'm in the right spot. Sometimes, yeah, never know. Um, Pop on, say hello, tell me where you're from, tell me what kind of crafts you like doing, tell me who's the last person you've given a card to, and let's have a little chit chat back and forth. Hello, Kathy. Oh, Minnesota. Yes, we're snowy here too. We had a big storm the other day and got tons of snow, and I don't think it's going to be melting anytime soon. Oh dear. Yes, good old snow, good old winter, hey? Yikers. Uh-huh. Hi, Ross. Yes, you finally made it. That's awesome. Super duper. Whoops. Wrong. Let me. Buttons everywhere. Buttons. Buttons. My button. My buttons. Do you know that Pete the Cat song? Hi, Sherry. Okay, let me show you this. Here we go. So first off, today is the last day to register for this online gingerbread class. So what's going to happen? I'll give you the peek, right? So here's one of the cards. Cute. And here's another one. Isn't that sweet? Those little trees. Hope you guys are warm. We are cooler here in Florida, but more like fall where you are. Yeah, I think we're minus 13 or so Celsius today. So it's cold. It's cold. This card, and then I like this little guy. There we go. So if you want to get in on that gingerbread class, it is $20 for just the card kits, or you can purchase, I will give you 4 of the Stamp and Blend markers that you'll use to make these cards for $30. They're regular, they would be $24, so you actually get them for a big deal. I am usually working because it's 12 noon here. Oh, I'm glad you could pop on. So today's the last day to register for that class. If you want more information, please ask. Just a dusting of snow so far, but very cold, not very fun for potty training new pup. Yeah, Hi, Sandy. Hi, Eldonna. Nice to see you all. Good, good. And then we have the Snowman and Snow Globes card class coming up, and you have to register for this by November 14th. So here's some sneak peeks of those little cards. Believe it or not, I miss the cold weather. Do you seriously? I don't. Although if I lived in Florida, I'd be wanting cold weather, I think. Yeah, you can, cold you can always put clothes on, but hot you're kind of limited to your skin. Just, you gotta, yeah. Wow, I could see that happening. Okay, so moving along, today's class was inspired by Jennifer Vanderwecken. I hope I said your name right. She sent me a card during the World Card Sending Week, which I thought was absolutely amazing. I did show this the other day, but it's such a neat card. Isn't that cool? And really, if you think about it, it's just one long strip, and the way it's folded is, oh no, that wasn't good timing, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh, yes. So isn't that cool? Now hers was measuring 12 inches long, but I know that a lot of people don't have 12 by 12 paper. So I located a different version, very similar, on Stamping with Linda. And so we are going to make this card, but just a little bit different, using 8.5 by 11 paper. So let me show you. What the measurements are for this. So if you want to write these down, great, but I will have this on my blog tomorrow, or well, probably by the end of today. So the card base, you need 5.5 by 11, and the scoring is at 1 1/4, 4, and 6 3/4. You'll need some designer series paper, and it can all be the same, or it can be coordinating colors. You can do 2 the same, 1 the same, whatever. And you'll need one piece measuring at 1 and 5 1/4, another one at 2.5 by 5 1/4, and then 1 by 5 and, did I do that right? No, I sure did not. Yes, 1 by 5 by 5 1/4. Okay. The insert layer we're going to have, so you want it a little bit lighter because that's the spot that you'll be writing your card on your cards. So that's 3 1/4 by 4.5. Another cardstock layer. This can be the same color as the card base, or you can coordinate the colors and change up some things. It's 3.5 by 2 3/4. Another cardstock layer that's going to go over that last layer, which is a lighter one, and it's lighter because you're going to be stamping your sentiment on it, and that's a 3 1/4 by 2.5. You'll need a trimmer, a stamp set with a larger sentiment, coordinating inks and embellishments, and some adhesive of your choice. Alrighty, let's see what we can get here. Back to this screen. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to show you some card examples that I made first, and then we'll get rolling. So here's the first one I did, using the Still Scenes bundle, and with the trees, and this is the perfect plaid. No, I forget what it's called. Hi, Alice. Hi, yes, I'm live. And so here we go. Season's greetings, and then hope this season builds heartwarming memories. That came from the Snowman season set. I thought it was cute. And then here's the part that you would write your little message on. Isn't that neat? And what I like about these cards is that they still stand up. Some cards, when you do fancy folds, they don't actually stand as well as you would think. Hi, Martine. Nice to see you. So that's always a bonus. And of course, I put a little strip of the matching plaid on the card. So this is an example where I chose 2 different designer series papers to showcase. I know Jennifer just used the one, and this is that Christmas Time Is Here. So if that interests you, please let me know and I can help you get that. But it's only until, is it the end of November? I'd have to check on that. But anyway, so this is an example of the 2. Oh, I did put a little strip on the front. Hi, Karma. Next one I did was using this Night Before Christmas paper, which I think is absolutely adorable with the pretty peacock. And so Be Jolly This Season came from Christmas Gleaming, that stamp set. And the Little Merry Christmas, which came from that same set. And there's the open part. So there's that card. As you will see on this card, I did all 3 different designer series papers. So totally up to you if you want to mix and match. Here's my little envelope and the front. Because you always end up with these little strips, right? Put them on your envelope. Make it be, put it to use. And here is the last one I did. No designer series paper. But what I did was change things up by adding this brick embossing folder, and I stamped my own little designer series paper using that yummy Christmas stamp set that we're going to be using. And, you know, here again I used the brick, added the little tree, but isn't that cute? I think it's cute. So, and then there again on the flap, I just stamped those little peppermint patties. You know what I was thinking? I'm going to, oh, sweetness overload. Cute. How is the new Creative Escape spot? Loving it. Loving it. I got my new paper sorters. Yesterday? Nope. Saturday. Kevin drove me in. There was a big storm. But I've been waiting for like a month for these silly shelf things to come in. I even looked in Edmonton at the Edmonton IKEA because I thought, oh, I'm going to Onstage there next week. And I thought, well, maybe they have them. Nope, they're out too. So when I saw that Calgary had a 14, I'm like, I need 4, so I need to get there now and get these things. So I got them and I got them set up and put in, and my paper is now organized, which is wonderful. Yes. Okay. Oh, I have one more card. This is what kind of started this idea. So this is, oh dear, I don't even remember what this paper's called. Let me look. Let me look. Turn it over. 12 Tidings Designer Series paper. So the fun part about this paper is that the same design is on the one side as it is the other side. However, one side is red and one side's green. So that makes it kind of cool. So here was what kind of started this whole, I gave this one a try first. Like that. So what we're going to do today is basically this sort of design. However, I'm going to change it up and use the green side on real red cardstock, and we'll see what happens. We'll give this a try, okay? All right. Where are my other cards here? Let's see. So, starting from scratch, you need a piece of cardstock for your card base that's measuring at 5.5 by Paper in Rainbow or Color Family. I don't know what that means. Hi, Debbie. What did I say? 5.5 by 11. That's what you need. And then you're going to score it at 1 1/4, 4, and 6 3/4. So the way I start folding this is this big normal looking size piece. That's where I start. So I'm going to fold this in towards that, give it a little squish with my bone folder, and then fold back. So back, forth, kind of like a fan idea. And then our last little fold goes forward, like so. Okay, so we've got, I don't know what, is that an M? A weird M? Okay. So now we have our designer series paper, which I'm going to use here. And see how I say the one side is the red and the other side is the exact same pattern but in green. Hello, yes, Alice, you're from Indiana. Oh my goodness, you're in Indiana. Nice, nice. Thanks for sharing, Debbie. I forgot about that, to mention that, but I appreciate that. That helps my little artsy-fartsy gallery business for sure. So this designer series paper piece is measured at 1 by 5 1/4, and we're going to glue that right down there. Let me grab my snail tape. How was everybody's weekend? Did you get lots done? We got our Christmas lights and our blow up ready here on the deck, so that was kind of fun. Now this second piece is measured at 2.5 by 5 1/4. So this piece is just going to go under that first one, right there. And today in Canada, Remembrance Day is a holiday, so a lot of people are off work today. And remembering those who definitely fought for us so we could have freedoms to enjoy in this country, that's for sure. And this third piece of designer series paper is measuring at 4 by 5 1/4. Now, I think I wrote that wrong on my paper. Yes, I wrote 5 by 5 1/4, but it's really 4 by 5 1/4. Be some hearts if you have this beautiful paper. It's so antique looking. It's so nice. Okay, there's that. So we'll fold it back up. See how that looks. Pretty neat. I like it. Okay, and then now to put a little piece of cardstock so that you can do some writing in your card. And this layer is 3 1/2 by, nope, I changed that. 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. I made it just a tad smaller so that you could, catch a glimpse of that beautiful Designer Series paper behind it. So I'm using Very Vanilla because that's kind of the color that's in the patterned paper already. Like so. Okay. And next we're going to have 2 little pieces here that the sentiment is going to go on. So I chose the garden green that matches this pattern paper. We had family visit. We had Veterans Day here in the U.S. It is the same as your celebration. Yes. Garden green, measuring at 3 1/2 by 2 3/4. And then I have the little piece that's going to go on top, which is my Very Vanilla. And it's 3 1/4 by 2 1/2. And what I was going to do was do kind of the same idea that I did on the red version, but kind of switch this up to be the green version. I see I don't have some scrap Very Vanilla. Is that going to fit? I think so. Yes. Okay, I think I'm going to do green. I think so. Let's do garden green. I never use garden green. That's not a popular color for me. Stampin' Up! Should do this DSP in Night of Navy and White. Oh, can you imagine? Oh, that's a good idea. Love it. That would be neat. You should write to the sandbox. Okay, here we go. I'm just stamping this down here. Now for my Christmas brightly gleaming class, what I did was I figured out a color combo that makes this look like copper. So let me show you how I did that. But I've got my blender pen here. I'm going to get my soft suede ink and my Cajun Craze ink. Now, before I get ink everywhere, let's move this out of the way. So what I did first was just get a little bit of soft suede on your blender pen and kind of go in, start at one side and then kind of move over, if that makes sense. Can't really see very well, can you? And then you're going to go in with the Cajun Craze and go from the other side, if that makes sense. And it kind of gives this copper glow to it. And of course, if you want to add a little sparkle, get out that Wink of Stella. Wink of Stella is one of those things that I think is a must-have. It just, it's not bright and brilliant. It's just kind of that hidden, what is that, right? Okay. So there we go with that. It makes it look a little bit coppery. Let me show you a little closer up. See how that looks kind of copperish? Now I'm going to take this same blender pen that I have out, take off all the ink, just rub it on your paper, and I'm actually just going to drag some lines across the outsides just to give it some kind of shadows to make it look a little more rounded shape. Nothing for sure. Just kind of leave the inside a a little bit more white because of course that's kind of raised, right? So the light's gonna hit it more than say the sides. Okay, now what I love about this Christmas gleaming set is that it comes with a punch. So we don't even need a big shot if you don't have a big shot. Boop, and out it comes. Put that away. And I think that'll look pretty on here. I wonder if we should do two. Maybe we should, let's do two. Let's do a red one as well. And we'll tuck it behind. What do you think? Now, see, when you redo your room, your craft room, you have to look for, where did I put that again? So I was looking for my Simply Chamois, but I found it. Okay, real red matches. Oh, sorry, get you all dizzy. It's not even straight, is it? Goodness. I'm gonna use my real red. I have another bit of room here down there. Okay, I know that didn't make sense. It's Monday morning. There, get rid of that. Okay, so let's go back to what we kind of did before. Make sure your blender pen is clean, and take your blender pen and kind of just drag some of that ink. So I'm not even adding new ink. You just want it kind of faint. Just it's there, but it's not in your face. Good, good. And let's get out that same soft suede. Let's make this coppery looking too. So once again, start from this side, and then go over to the other side. And your Cajun Craze. Add a little bit of that, and then come from this side. I didn't get that little piece. I think that looks good. Now let's add Wink of Stella. Just to make it shimmer a little. There, nice. Hi, Betty. Thank you, Karma. Yeah, it's pretty neat how you can make it coppery looking, isn't it? Okay, good, good. Now, what else I'm going to add on this little front piece is this little design that comes in this Christmas Gleaming stamp set. Let's go with the garden green, but I'm actually going to stamp off a little bit because I don't want it to be the focal point. I just want it to be there in the kind of in the background. 1, 2, 3. 3 might even work. Okay, so let's stamp off twice. 1, 2, and then go for it here. So I'm just going to put one at the top, and I'll do the same on the bottom. 1, 2. I wonder if I should put it over. I don't know. We'll do like what I did before. Perfect. Wipe that off. Thanks, Martine, for sharing. Got a new little mug on the weekend. This is a mini version of my big one. It's pretty cute. Okay, now the Deck the Halls, Boughs of Holly. I'm going to do in real red. Let's make that sucker stand out nicely. And I'm going to place it more to the right hand side so that we have room for those Christmas balls on that side, on the left. And I'm going to put this one down right onto the cardstock, so let's glue that down. Put that one straight up and down. And this one I think I'm going to pop up with dimensionals. me? No worries, no worries at all. Glad you were able to make it. We're making that tri-fold card. And boy, it's so simple. Who knew? Okay, and here, let's lap it a little. Cutesy dootsy. Okay, now let's glue this onto here. And at the end, we'll decide if we want some rhinestones or maybe pearls. I haven't used pearls in a while. Okay, so then this piece is actually going to go on the front. Ooh, pretty. I like it. Like so. Now, of course, you only want a little piece of glue because if you start getting glue happy, you're going to stick to this, and your card won't open so well. So the way I decided to figure this out, you can use your take your pick tool, or remember this old tool. Just lay it where you'd like it. You just kind of want it in the center. And I'm going to give myself a little dot where it's kind of like the stop sign for your glue. So do you see those two little dots there? Well, that is going to mean that is the only spot I can put glue. And you know, tear and tape would work really great for this. If you don't have tear and tape, just use snail. But that'll just kind of give you a guide as to where you can't go past, so you don't get glue everywhere. And I see I've got glue everywhere, so let me get out my little camera moves when I do things like this. Okay, get rid of that glue. Okay, so that's the front. Now I still want to do like a peekaboo little thing in here. So I've got myself a little piece of the stitched circle, the stitch shapes, and the Be Jolly this season also comes from that Christmas gleaming. So let's do that. I think real red again. I think that'll make it pop for sure. I really like this real red and very vanilla. Pretty, pretty. Now I know it says and Be Jolly, but I actually cut off the and. I don't know, with the and, it kind of was limiting. So you could just do Be Jolly this season by itself, right? Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Be Jolly this season for the inside. Now, I don't know, for me, it just was easier to work with that way. So, all right, so this one is going to kind of just stick out just a tad. So there again, I'm going to give myself a stop sign where I cannot put glue past. So there and there. The rest gets my snail. And of course you want it hidden under this layer. Like this. There we go. Okay, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Be Jolly this season. And I think I'm going to put another one right in here, that Merry Christmas. Let's go with that. Let's do Garden Green for that. Hopefully this is strong enough ink. Looks like it needs a kind of a refill. Perfect. Merry Christmas. Now, what do you think? Pearls? I think we should get pearls. I think this lace or something would be nice on this one too, with the paper. I don't know where to put it now, but that would be pretty. Here are my pearls and everything else in a mess. But I know where it is, so that's always a bonus. Okay, let's see. Let's put a pearl over here and over here, and hopefully that one has glue, and over there. I think that's good. 1, 2, 3. There's my triangle. Okay, so what do you think? I'm going to get you to vote on which you prefer. Here's the envelope, by the way, the little flap. Good morning, Teresa. So where did I put my red? Here it is. Red version. I'm going to say red version or green version. Which do you prefer? I think this one needs pearls. So while you're voting, I'm going to add some pearls to it. What do you think? The red or the green? Green, green, green. See, you do one and then you change her up a little bit and you go on to, next thing you know, you have a totally different card, exact same stuff. Tough choice, eh, Karma? Yeah. Both. Yeah, they're different, but very similar. Yeah. I think the green one is a little more formal and the red one is a little more, yeah, casual. They are both a good observation for sure. It does have the buffalo check on it too, which kind of tames it down just a tad, I suppose. It would be really nice with the, what is that? Oh, I have copper thread, but they sell the silver and the rose gold thread behind those balls would be pretty too. Just amp it up even more. So, all right. Well, thank you, ladies, for joining me this morning. I'm so glad that you popped on to have some fun with me today. I know I had fun crafting with you. You guys are always a hoot. I hope you give this technique a try. If you do, please post a picture and I will enter your name into a draw to win a little prize. So give this one a try. And like I said before, if you want the measurements and everything, I will have that on my blog later on today, which I will provide the link for in the YouTube video. So that's the fun of DSP packs. We can make lots of cards and they all look different. Isn't that true? So true. I was wanting to make birthday cards like this, but I thought, okay, I'm going to try and stick with Christmas because I need some Christmas cards. But absolutely, like if you were to do birthdays and anniversary wedding card, can you imagine with that feels like frost with the silver? That would be pretty. So give that a try. If you need any of these products, of course, contact me and I can help you get that. Just a reminder, register for that gingerbread house class. It's the last day today. And the snowmen and snow globes, those cute little cards, the last day to register is the 14th. So don't miss out because I would love to have more fun with you. All right, have a good day, everybody. We will talk to you again on Wednesday. Bye.